What is up, guys? Delboy here. So the WBO have ordered Demetrius Andrade to defend his middleweight title against Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders, as we all know, once held this title. He was supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade back in October, but he tested positive for a banned substance. The fight then fell through, and Billy Joe Saunders then vacated his title, and Andrade won the vacant title. The WBO have kind of lifted Billy Joe Saunders' suspension, and now he is eligible to fight for that title again. The WBO issued a letter to both Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, and both parties have 30 days from the 22nd of January to negotiate this fight. Otherwise, it will go to purse bids. First and foremost, I am glad this fight has been ordered. When the fight was originally announced and scheduled, I was really looking forward to it. You know, it was one of those fights for the hardcores. It was a purists fight. And yeah, I was really looking forward to it. I was intrigued to see how the fight would play out. Both guys are slick boxers. Both guys primarily like to kind of stick and move, use their jab and keep it at range. And I really felt it would be an intriguing chess match, and I was really looking forward to it. So obviously when the fight originally fell through, I was gutted. So I'm pleased this fight is happening. I genuinely believe this fight could go either way. I think both guys are capable of winning it. After the fallout of the first fight, it will be interesting to see if Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren negotiate a deal. Originally they did, but things have changed since then. Now Andrade is the champion, so Billy Joe Saunders isn't going to get the deal he had first time around, which was a career high payday. He is now the mandatory challenger, so in terms of a purse bid scenario, I think he's only entitled to 20 or 25%. So from Billy Joe's perspective, I think it would be in his interest to actually agree a deal with Eddie Hearn before the purse bids are called, because let's say Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren can't agree a deal before the purse bids. Let's say it goes to purse bids and the winning bid is on the lower side. Let's say the winning bid is $1 million. Billy Joe Saunders would only be entitled to $200,000 or $250,000. And would Billy Joe fight Demetrius Andrade for that amount of money away from home? I'm not sure, to be honest. I think he'd pull out. So, you know, it's in Eddie Hearn's, Frank Warren's best interest to work this out, to get a deal done so this fight happens. If it goes to purse bids, don't be surprised if Billy Joe Saunders pulls out, because he's on record in saying he wants money fights. Is he going to risk his undefeated record against Demetrius Andrade for $250,000? I doubt it, to be quite honest. I hope this fight happens. I hope both parties can agree a deal, because we need to see the outcome of this fight. How would this fight have played out originally? Is Demetrius Andrade a paper champion and a fraud, or is he the real deal? These are the questions that need to be answered, and I really hope this fight happens. I've got to say, if the fight does happen, I'm really torn on which way I would go. Given the new circumstances, as Andrade is the champion, chances are this fight takes place in America, Eddie Hearn has full control. I would kind of lean towards Demetrius Andrade. You'd imagine if it's close, the decision will go to Andrade. And, you know, in all of Billy Joe's sort of big step-up fights, apart from Lemieux, all of his fights have been fairly close. I mean, the Eubank Jr. fight was fairly close. The John Ryder fight was fairly close. The Andy Lee fight was fairly close. Billy Joe Saunders needs to beat Demetrius Andrade decisively if he's to get the decision in America and regain his title. It's a really good fight. It's a really intriguing style clash. I really hope this fight happens, but I will wait until we have official confirmation before getting too excited. Share your thoughts below. How do you see this fight playing out? Is Demetrius Andrade the truth? Is he good enough to beat somebody like Billy Joe Saunders? Or is Saunders too slick, too sharp, and you know, too good of a boxer for Andrade to beat him? Share your thoughts below. Peace.